Hello, 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 everybody. It is I, Michael Brody, right here on another Monday, right here on YouTube Live, presenting Mind Sight Hypnosis. And I'm hoping everybody's having a great day. Um, well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I am looking to see if there's anybody on the Facebook and wanting to say hello to me. Um, let's see. Right now, looks like we have nobody on, but that's okay because I am having fun. Oh, there we go. Now I'm on. And there she is, Felicia. Felicia, you are on. Hey, Flea. It is nice to see you. And you're talking about my jacket. This is not exactly a jacket. It is a hoodie. Not a problem. And it's my Blue Man Group. I don't know if you can see it. Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group special. That's right. What do you think about that? Okay, great. Like I said, it is a Monday, August, good. April 20, I'm working for August now, April 21st. And it is a wonderful, wonderful, windy Monday here at 7 o'clock in Michigan at the studios of Michael Brody. And I was literally working all the way up until um, the opening bell at 7 o'clock, uh, trying to do some stuff, adding some stuff to the show. So I want you to see that, and that's why I was a tiny bit late. I apologize. But right. Are you from the hood? Felicia says, "Are you from the hood?" No, I am not from the hood, Felicia, and that was not a funny dad joke, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. So let's. Where is everybody? I don't know. Felicia, we got to grab people. If there's anybody else out there, please feel free to say hello and tell us where you're talking from. We usually end up with about 130 people watching over the week. This week is a special week. Why is this special week? I'm so glad you asked. Well, it just so happens it's like what's coming up in the near future, and so I'm going to tell you right now. So what's happening is we're literally going to the Heartland Hypnosis Conference, and that is this Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Normally, I would normally be going there Sunday also, but I am not going there on Sunday. Why? Because I have, as you can see, Patrick Henry. That's right. I have Patrick Henry. The morning of Sunday at 12:30 a.m. And Patrick Henry happens to be in Ohio. It's about an hour and a half away. So and Felicia is absolutely correct all the time, and she says everything she says is funny, and she's always right because she's my big sister. So there you go. And she said she invited a lot of people, and look at all those people flock in. It's amazing. So anyways, but it is a very busy week for me this coming up week. After the Heartland Conference, which I will be talking both days that I'm there. I'm actually going to miss the last day, and but I'm like I said, I'm flying back to Michigan to then fly to and then travel to Patrick Henry High School, which is not too far away from the airport. But on Tuesday, we'll be at Grand Blanc High School. That's right, Grand Blanc High School. Love to do Grand Blanc all the time. I've been doing that for a couple decades now, so or at least a decade and a half. And then we're going to South Lyon, and I love going to South Lyon. South Lyon is a lot of fun. So those are the places that we're going to, and then it gets absolutely freaking crazy in May. And we'll talk about that another time. But right now, we're going to get back to the show. And as we get back to the show, we're going to just do this, and I'm back right over here. There we go. I'm back again. So, it is, what is today's topic? Well, today's topic.
Oh boy.
Yes, I know you're excited to find out. We are going to be talking about the stage, behind the stage, and what do you think about that?
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're gonna be talking, normally we talk about uh people in front of the stage, we talk about different parts of the show, we talk about how you can act and ab reactions and all these different things, but not a lot of people talk about, and we learn this as a stage hypnotist, you learn this before we even start, but we learn behind the stage what kinds of things go behind the stage and what kind of thing what is set up before the show even starts. And you got to really set up for safety. That is the most important thing. Make sure there are no chairs that are close to the edge of the stage, which is bad, trust me, or no chairs that are close to a wall. That is also very important. So make sure that you know all about that stuff. So, anyways, the what was I going to tell you? Oh yeah. So I was going to show you this interesting thing. Now hopefully the microphone stays on. So we'll see what happens here, because I'm going to, as I'm doing this, I'm actually going to pause this and talk to you. So hopefully this works. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about behind the stage. Behind the stage today, Monday, April 21st, on Mindsight Hypnosis. And so when we talk about it, we're going to talk about different things, different ways to set up, and this is part of it. So sometimes you want to set a little mood lighting. Thank you. All right, so this is going to be fast forward. We're going to fast forward everything here. And this was a show that I did for Troy Athens Charity Week, and we had probably about 400 people. And by the time this ended, we had 400 people. We had 20 people up on stage. So, I'm going to pause that. So what's really important about this is that I wanted to explain to you that even before we even start and people get into the audience, what's the first thing you should do? Well, the first thing you should do is actually find your contact person and talk to them. Say hello to them. Greet them. Make sure you're very very polite and nice and kind and fun stuff like that. That's very, very important. Make sure you also ask them how many people are going to be at the show, because it might have changed. You want to set an appropriate amount of chairs for that situation. I mean, if you're going to have only 50 people in the audience, you don't want to set up 20 chairs or even 15 chairs, because you'll have more people up on stage than will in the audience. You don't want to do that. So you want to ask, what do you think? What do you think? How many people are going to be there? So you're going to ask that question. You're going to say, well, I always ask for, and this is always appropriate. Now I ask for more than one bottle of water. I ask for two bottles of water, one for me and one for just in case there is an ab reaction. I can help that person out. That is a very important thing too, to always be cautious. If the chairs are not set up, then you set them up. make you comfortable. Make sure you set up all your equipment. I'm gonna show you a little bit about equipment in a second. But it is a very, very important job that you need to concentrate and focus on what you're doing and how much time you have to do it. I usually come in an hour before my show time and start setting up. And of course, like I said, the first thing I do is I greet my contact person to find out who that person is, and get things going and see if they have any kind of concerns or any kind of problems and stuff like that. All right, so here's the next part of this, and it's right over here. Hi ho, everybody. It is Michael Brody right here at South Point High School, and I'm here to show you about behind the stage, how we first start a show. So I'm actually setting up a show right now for Grosse Point South High School. Let me turn the camera for a second. So here I'm going to talk about equipment and stuff like that. I did pronounce their school wrong by accident. It's Grosse Point South. One of my favorite places. These last couple years we've been finding out that doing seminars, there's a smaller amount of students taking psychology. So that's bad. But what is good is that they are absolutely putting in hypnosis for the AP classes, and that ties into doing more shows, and that would be very good. What do you charge? What do you charge someone when you're doing a seminar? Well, I usually charge $5 per person, with a minimum of 40 students or $200. That's the minimum, and trust me, that is incredibly low. I don't know any other hypnotist that would do that. In fact, I don't even know a lot of hypnotists that actually do hypnosis seminars for high schools or colleges. I do. So I'm always glad to do that, but I'm also glad to help them be able to afford to do that because they're on a certain budget and they don't have that much money. So some schools do, some schools don't. So anyways, I wanted to show you that, and then I wanted to show you a little bit about equipment. So, what kind of equipment do I have? So, I have this kind of equipment right here. This is what it looks like. I just set up the speakers, and I took it all out of my box. And this is my mic box that I have all my. As you can see right over here, I have in there. That's my mic case. Inside of my mic case, I have my antenna. My headset microphone antenna on the side over. I can't show it to you, but on the side over on the left side of it, there's inputs for the headset and for the handheld microphone, which are both wireless. The wireless, there's actually two inside of the case, there's two antenna, one for the headset and one for the wireless. Also, on the right side, where there's a little square on the bottom part of the case, that is usually where I put my audio ape, and that is a sound cueing system. I don't have that right now because for some reason it doesn't work. So I'm saving up to get a new one, which is a new and improved one. Yay, yay, yay! But it that eventually I'll have that. That's a sound cueing system, and as you can see, there's a lot of little uh, wires that come out of everything, microphones and everything that's plugged in, and that's my S1, and it goes a wire all the way to the another S1. I'm actually just using the S1s for this large place only because there's not going to be it's not going to be a full auditorium. It's going to be probably about maybe 200 at the most. Now, what's interesting about this place? Once again, there's nobody here right now, and it was told to me that I was going to do a seminar for a whole bunch of classes. Probably about what it was told to me about What did they say? I'm trying to remember. They said about 60 kids. That's what I heard. About 60 kids. I think there was more. I'm not sure about that, but I think there was more. But that's what I got paid for. I got paid for 60 kids. So it was a, again, a smaller venue, even though in recent history I've actually filled that place up. So we'll keep going. Anyways, we have our mic over here. We have our two stands, one for the show and one. So as you can see, I have these stands. The taller one is for me to video the show, in case I want to sell the show or I want to just put some on YouTube. These kind of things. Also because there was only 60 people, they told me only 60 people. I decided to use these smaller S1 Bose speakers. If it was a larger group, somewhere around 100, 150, I would have used the larger ones. So keep going. One for my iPad for the show and one for videotaping. When I came in, I appreciate these people because when I came in, I already had the chairs lined up and I had my own bottle of water, which is something I ask for. So after I'm done setting up the microphones and doing all this stuff, I'm going to set up for safety, which is to make sure that these are pulled back a little bit. And so I'll show you the stage right here. And so these are pulled back a little bit so we can use the stage a little bit more and everybody can have a little bit more fun. Okay, so we'll keep going and we'll show you this later. Thanks. Yep. So normally I don't get, there we go. So normally I don't get chairs. Usually they have a stack of chairs and I usually have to do it. So that's kind of interesting over there. I play it by ear all the time, see what happens. This next bit, I can't remember what I'm doing, what I got this one. This is,
So this
oh yeah,
is my
this is my microphone.
my microphone receiver over here, and it attaches to a silencer. I can silence the mic right over here, and it runs all the way up, and then I actually
So my antenna goes from that box wireless into the receiver.
do it over here. So there you go. I know that was a little crazy for a second, but I wanted to show you that. So that's my microphone. That's for my headset that I'm using. And again, that's my handheld, and they're both wireless. But I've got a lot of wires going on in here just in case I need them, especially when I use the bigger speakers. So there you go.
Yep, and that's a lot of stuff that's in that box too. I have a lot of 1/4 inch and a lot of different kind of sizes of wires to or plugs to make sure I have everything in case I want to do everything. But it's also very important, just so you guys know. Also, it's very important that to make sure, and this is for new hypnotists, make sure your speakers are in front of you, not behind you, like I do a lot. But most of the time, if you can, do them in front of you. Why? Because less feedback. Trust me, I know it's happened to me too many times before, even with Bose. So please, please, please remember that. Very, very important. All right. So we got that. We got that over with. We got the behind the stage, and it's boring and it is there's a little bit of social relationship, the relations that you got to talk about in the beginning, hand out a card, fun stuff. If you have any questions, these kind of things, you have to be open to talking everything. I'm going to also talk, very interesting, I'm going to be talking about at the Heartland Hypnosis Conference. I'm going to just going to say two statement, maybe three statements that are really, really important. One of them is stage hypnotists can cross over to be hypnotherapists. They can learn how to do that. It's really easy to focus because it's focusing on one on one. A stage hypnotist has worked with many, many people, especially all at the same time. It's very hard for a hypnotherapist to become a stage hypnotist because you have to have personality. You have to have your own personality and let that grow in front of a whole bunch of people and keep it moving. So that's why there's not a lot of hypnotherapists that are stage hypnotists, but there are a lot of stage hypnotists that are hypnotherapists. So it's very interesting to figure that out and see that, and especially as you look through different kind of things. All right. So what do we have now? We have a news report. We do. So let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's time to get to the news.
Howdy, what's up, Hypnopeeps? It's me, Nova. We're here again with all the news you've just been waiting to hear. Yours truly will be here whenever news is around. Or whenever I am super duper bored. Then I'll just whip up some absolute nonsense. So, let's see what's new on the news.
And I am the terrific and utterly fabulous, but incredibly humble Tyler. And look at, like, me. After all, I am humble.
In Italy, an opera singer was practicing the marriage of Figaro while singing in the shower. He said in his Italian voice,
Showering is pretty fun, until you get shampoo in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
In France, visitors had a burning question to ask the people who live there. They asked, what is the difference between a tick and the Eiffel Tower? People who live in France said,
Nothing. They robot parasites.
in the little town of Grant, Michigan. Named after Grant Saunders. A small situation happened when little Tina Erickson was getting ready for school and asked her mother, Miltonisa Erickson, could you get my shoes on? Here, in an exclusive interview is what she said.
No, sweetie pie. They'll never fit me.
And that's the news for April 21st, 2025. For the other guy and myself. We wish you good night and pleasant dreams.
How exciting! That's right. The news, always there, all the time. Just not as good as Felicia's jokes. Please remember that, Flea. We miss you. We need you here every week. God, please come back. Would you agree? Would you agree? See, they agree with me too. All right. Yes, way. Okay, all right. Anyways, we have our featured videos. These featured videos, stars, my audience, of course. This person right here. When you open your eyes, you realize that you are the greatest actor in the world. Being the greatest actor in the world, not only do you act the part, you think you are the part. In fact, on the count of three, you're going to open your eyes and realize that you are the world's greatest sumo wrestler. The world's greatest sumo wrestler. Not only do you act the part, you speak sumo talk. You speak sumo talk. That's how you talk. And you walk like a sumo wrestler. And you speak like sumo. And you are here to challenge one person in the audience for the world's greatest sumo wrestling championship. On the count of three, it's only this person I'm tapping. You're going to open your eyes and stand up, and we're going to talk. On the count of three, 1, 2, and 3, open your eyes. Oh my gosh, here he is, the world's greatest sumo wrestler. Here he is. Come forward, please. You and I are going to whoa. Face that way, sir. Face that way. Okay. Sir, I need to find out what your name is. Your name is? Whoa! And where are you from? Okay, fine. And could you tell me a little bit about your outfit, your sumo outfit? Okay, is it drafty? Okay, interesting. Now I know you're here for a sumo wrestling championship. I have seen your matches. Your pre-show ritual is very, very impressive. When you have this pre-show ritual, you walk up to your opponent and scream that
primal scream that scares everybody. We want to hear what that scream sounds like. On the count of 3, scream it. 1, 2, 3, go! Ah! Okay! Very good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go to someone here and pick the most scariest person to challenge you. On the count of 3, you're going to walk like a sumo wrestler, you're just going to tap them, and they're going to come up here. Go. Here you go. Wow, that was quick. Okay, come up here. Right over here, sir. Right over here, sir. Go right here. Now, whatever happens, stay right there. Don't move. Now look at him. Death in your eyes. Death in your eyes. And you are going to walk like a sumo wrestler walks. You are going to go right up to him and scream. That sumo wrestler scream. And the minute you do, you're not a sumo wrestler anymore. You don't know what's going on. On the count of 3, here comes 1, 2, 3, walk it. Scream it! Ah! What are you doing? What are you doing? Sit down. I'm sorry.
Once a week.
Sir, you want to be hypnotized? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah? Look at me. Eyes closed. Release and relax.
Okay. Yeah, that's always one of my. I don't know. Again, that was that. All of a sudden, it's driving me crazy. Um, a school that I've been to all the time that I'm going to again. Oh my gosh. I am drawing a mind fart. Let's see here if I can remember it. It is South Lyon. Thank you very much. Feel much better now. South Lyon, a great place to go. Obviously, that was a theater person too. So here's another one. One more for the road right here. Oh, that's that. Oh, wait. This is what I'm going to actually. I remember this now. I'm going to be teaching speed induction for this weekend. This is just a snippet. Felicia, you should remember this. Let me see if I can stop this real quick here. Felicia, you should remember this. Felicia Brody. That's right. Felicia, you should remember this. This is when I taught speed induction and just a snippet of a couple things. Thank you very much. Appreciate the kiss. Thank you. All right, so go ahead and watch.
Take a deep breath in. And it's okay if I touch your shoulder? Exhale. And exhale. And taking one more deep breath in. And close your eyes. Sleep, relaxing every muscle, going deeper and deeper and deeper. Release and relax, drifting, letting every muscle go. The more you relax, the deeper and deeper you go, the more you focus on the voice, just like that. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Feeling that total sense of relaxation.
Do I have permission to touch you? Alright. Oh, I didn't see you. That was a good one. Yeah, very good.
I'm not sure if you can kind of feel it though, right? I think this is what we need to do.
Why were you smiling? It felt so
And let your hand go down.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like your arm though.
When I watched you,
So this is a little bit of what I'm going to be doing at Heartland Conference, Heartland Hypnosis Conference in St. Louis this weekend.
Right.
And if you look carefully, my sister is hypnotizing me.
put your eyes on your eyes.
Yes, they will sleep like that. So at the same time that when he drops, we're supposed to be doing.
Pull forward, you push down,
So I
pull
think I need to
forward.
be more on the side.
Last time she did that, I was 5 years old and she was older.
With your eyes, okay? Now we're going to go slow first, okay? First we're going to go this way, right? Then we're going to go this way. Perfect. Now we're going to go this way. Correct. We're going to go we're going to go a little faster, okay? Here we go. A little faster. Here we go. I'm going to go around and around. Sleep. 4 down, 3, 3 down, 2, 2 down. Every muscle going deeper and deeper and deeper, drifting, melting. Right? Press on my hand. close your eyes. Sleep. Down to three, three down to two, two down to one down to zero. Release, relax, meditate, drifting. I'm going to put one hand here and one hand here. Can you feel the connection?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Close your eyes. Can you feel the connection still?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. By the way, I'm looking at his eyes. As I'm looking at his eyes, I can already tell he's in REM already. So keep your eyes closed. Now, with this hand, one with palm down, you're going to press down. When I say the word go, you're going to press down as hard as you can. With this hand, with the one that's palm up, you're going to press up as hard as you can. You understand that?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Here we go. And don't worry about me. You just go as hard as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Press harder and harder and harder. Use all your weight. There you go. Keep going. Don't stop.
Okay, so that's just a little of the class that I'm going to be teaching, and it is a lot of fun. I'm also going to be talking about how to find the right people in the crowd to be hypnotized. How can you tell? How do you know? Well, come to one of my classes, you'll find out. There you go. I'll be at the Michigan Hypnosis Conference later on in the year, and lots of fun times in between. So, well, this is basically the end of the show. I'm sorry I missed a couple people. I was hoping that my friend Richard Richard Cole would come and my friend Dennis Ridgway would be here. We have four people on the line, including my sister and I. Two of them are not uh, saying hello, but that's okay. I have a feeling I know who they are. So, anyways, I I do appreciate everything. If you have anything you want to say in the comments, please feel free to ask me anything about hypnosis. If you're looking to find a topic for me to talk about, put it in the comments, even if you're not here live in the audience, or if you're just watching, if you're one of the tens of people coming to watch the show afterwards. Once again, I always appreciate you guys. Please leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription, all that fun stuff. I will be here next week, I believe, but I'll be exhausted. But I'll be here next week, Monday at 7 p.m. on Mindsight Hypnosis. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you later.